Welcome to God with George Ortega. This is episode number 138, and I'm recording it on Sunday, May 1st, 2021 at 3:22 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're continuing our experiment with medical marijuana, the vaping of THC and CBD in various ratios. And most recently, we are experimenting with Vireo 50/50 THC, CBD THC. And it felt good. Now I feel kind of like calmer because toward the end of the last episode, I did the same thing. And yeah, so like, because right now, you know what I'm going to do? Because I'm hearing background noises, like, I live in an apartment building and there's people outside and people, walking, and it's kind of like interfering with my focus. So I think what I want to do is put on a set of, this is a headset that I ordinarily listen to music with, but it does block out sound. So let's see what happens with that. All right, so this is great. Actually, I can hear myself well. It's like I'm hearing myself from the inside. It's very cool. All right, excellent. So yeah, all right. So now I'm thinking of basically doing more of this to better understand its effect relative to when I was, an hour or two, whatever ago, doing the primarily, 20-to-1 THC CBD. So, all right. So, science can be really fun. Wow, it's like coming out of that, it's called a hit, I guess, but it's, again, I'm still looking for a better term, if there is one. Coming out of that, I got the thought that I should begin playing bass. But there's a part of me that doesn't want to. And then there's the aspect of determining, well, what is the right thing to do? And in this case, I'm trusting my judgment that tells me that no, I really don't want to do it. It's a distraction from this episode, from I guess this flow. So, but I keep it in mind that it's something that I perhaps should do sometime soon. So, okay. Well, this feels interesting, because I don't hear the outside noises, but on the other hand, it does feel strange. It's, again, I'm hearing myself from within. If you close your ears with your hands, you can just, you'll hear the same effect, of course. And so, like, part of me kind of like wants to just let those sounds in, but now another part of me is saying, no, stay here. This is nice. This is good. So, I mean, that's, all right. All right, so what's happening now is the previous episode is being converted. It may be done by now. And then, so I will upload that one while this one is being converted, and then start the next one. And so like, yes, I mean, I would do 2 weeks of episodes, you know, if that's what God you want me to do. I mean, because like, you know, I mean, I may be feeling a bit over ambitious. I mean, like I might feel like that now, but 3 hours from now, maybe not. But you know, let's consider it. Okay, it might be a good thing to do. And I can't, you know, balance myself anymore like that because it was taking a lot of energy, you know, a lot of focus, I think, too. Okay, so all right, now this is kind of like the come down from the high from the, you know, the THC dominant formulation. And my mind may be slowing down. You remember the Cheech and Chong movies? I mean, I don't think I ever saw them in the theater, but I saw them afterwards, and those guys were really funny. Oh, all right. So like, I just got interrupted by a pop-up, and so the processing, the converting of the other episode is done. So that's great. You know, I was afraid for a minute. I thought that like that meant that this recording had ended, and then I realized. So anyway, got about 21 minutes. This is cool. You know, I was thinking earlier today, I've been kind of like feeling very philosophical recently. That wow, and the thought just doesn't want to come. Hold on. Oh, all right, wait a minute. No, that pause was kind of like, all right, wait a minute. I've got 20 minutes left. And because like what's happening now is I was trying to remember where I was. And then I noticed that like, I'm very sensitive now because of perhaps the CBD, I'm not sure. But I'm noticing the clock, you know, the digital clock that I need to rely on to, you know, to keep track of the time. But it was like becoming distracting. So now what I'm doing this just came to my mind is like, I'm putting a couple of things above and below it. So it's less of a distraction. That's much better. Oh, but wait, then I hide something that I don't want to hide. So hold on. Oh, wait a minute. This should work. All right, this is, I feel like Mr. Rogers. Fellas, what do you want to do now? Do you want to do another one of like these very CBD THC balanced vape inhalations now? Or perhaps go back to the 20-to-1 THC to CBD? I don't know. Let's see. I heard something outside, you know, because like I can't hear, you know, because I have my headphones on, obviously I can't hear too much, but I think we may have an audience. So we got to play, you know. All right, so let's see. What we were talking about before was, I mean, all I can come up with was cannabis's relationship to God. Or how, I mean, cannabis is certainly an aspect of God because everything is an aspect of God. You know, medicine is an aspect of God. Wow, so now all of a sudden we're getting like deeply spiritual. Very cool. Okay. I'm a little tired. Got 18 minutes of this. Oh yes, now I remember. So basically, our lives are really about, well, what do I do next? And something, when you have jobs and things that need to be done, then it's much easier. But then even, it's like the times after that. So you're not on the job, and wow, some people basically structure their lives so that they have way too much stuff that needs to be done and not enough time for stuff that wants to be done. That's a serious problem. I wonder if there's a legislative solution. But yeah, no, like we, we, if let's say we work 6 hours instead of 8, we devote those 2 hours to things that we've always wanted to do, but haven't allowed ourselves. We can do that. Wow, now I feel like a televangelist. Indeed. So, let's see, more of the CBD? I think so. More of the CBD THC balance, because I want to do more, trying to be discriminating. I just want to hold on for a minute. Let's see what's going on out here. Hey, hello. How are you? So I've got an audience. This guy, he does rap, singing, and dancing on the patio, and he's just started recently, so he's getting his gig together. That's pretty cool. He's good. I've heard him. Good stuff. So he's about, so I'm glad. So I've got this headset on, so I can't really hear him all that much. I can focus on this. He can do his thing. Very cool. All right. So yeah, this is one way of kind of bringing the world more together. I could have closed the window and, but no, we need to invite life in, in the episode that didn't get recorded, I was talking about how, one way I understand that I don't have a free will is that I know that if I had a free will, I'd be walking into town and talking with everyone I met and enjoying it. Yeah, that's and I think that's a common kind of understanding. I think if we could, that's what a lot of us would do, at least some of the time, if not a lot of the time. And so yeah, it's a good thing to let life in. And as with everything, it requires discernment. It requires kind of an understanding of how and what way, to what degree, et cetera. So I'm looking at these two vape pens and trying to figure out which of the two I should do next. And I'm leaning toward the 20-1 because I'm feeling a bit kind of mellow, too mellow perhaps. So all right, so this will be the Curaleaf THC CBD 20-1 ratio vape. Well, that felt good partly because I had stopped doing everything else. Stop talking, stop thinking, just like, just paused. There's something happening that feels novel, feels interesting. Oh, it feels like my chakras are beginning to open, like that I'm feeling that sensation. I do a lot of, Kundalini kind of yoga, but it's not physical enough, not nearly physical enough. But, I try to like just become as erect as possible in my posture and focus my meditation on especially a region that's known as the fifth chakra, the heart region, my upper abdomen. There's, I think around the spinal cord, there are ganglion of nerve cells that, can sometimes remain activated. And so like through this meditation, by focusing on that region, I attempt to relax it. And it, I've found in my experience that when I devote substantial time, days, perhaps weeks to it, I find it's substantially effective. So anyway, that seems to be what's happening right now, and I'm kind of going with it. But I think I want to open my eyes again and relate to you guys again. Yeah, I wonder if one could appropriately describe what happened over the previous, however long that was that I had my eyes closed, as what in the 60s was described as a trip, a substantial disassociation in consciousness from what's general and ordinary to kind of like a strong daydream, or a strong dream in general. But all right, so let's let us wow. I just like noticed my father, as I pulled the camera up, and in a kind of like a day-to-day way, we weren't that close, but in a deeper, more important way. I mean, like, I had such admiration for him, and understand that so much of my goodness is what he taught me by example. Whoa. And that was a 20-1 THC thing. Well, no, that was actually just, but it's, somewhat coincidental that it just happened to come into the shot. So anyway, so like, I mean, this is me. I like to, I get into this kind of like mode, and it heightens my curiosity, investigative awareness. And now I'm kind of like, because I'm getting back to, because I don't do yoga. There's a class that I should start attending. All right, I got to attend that class. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. That's not, I should. Hopefully I will. I don't know. What else? This is good. I'm a little thirsty. Why do I? Oh, because like I was making these banana smoothies with like cocoa powder, and they were so good. But I'm suspecting that, that in that amount, it's not all that healthy. So that seems to be evident to me, you know, my self-diagnosis here. No, but that seems to be an accurate assessment there. So, you know, I'm looking at this glass and I'm thinking to myself, I haven't found anything to replace the cocoa. And that thought just dawned on me. I hadn't thought it before. All right, so this is like, hold on. All right, so we've got. I want to see. I want to let the outside in by taking off my headset also. So this should be cool. All right, so we got about 7 minutes left, and now I'm letting the outside world in more. You know, even though it's kind of like letting the outside world in, you know, through the through having this online. But okay, because I thought that the guy out there was going to start with the music, but apparently he didn't, or hasn't, or hadn't finished. Not sure. And I don't hear any conversation out there. I heard a sound just now, but otherwise it's completely quiet, except car sound in the very distance. Now a footstep on top. And again, the sound of cars in the distance. Hey, I don't want to be an actor. Which was like, you know, I'm going to go into routine. So like, I mean, I could never be an actor. You know why? Because like these people are just very good liars. Their whole career is about how to lie better. And so now everybody knows how to lie, and you get people like Trump and stuff. I don't know how I got there, but whoa, let's stay with that. Hold on, because that's a lot of information. Let's just dive in. Wow. All right. So now I think what's happened is as I let the world in, the silence became unpleasant. Which led to, all right, no, I think what I have to concede is like that last hit of this, or was it the other? I think it was, yes, of this, really is very demanding. I mean, like, you know, my mind is going, you know, to places that are interesting. Well, no, I don't want to be confusing. I'm not, you know, there aren't images and visuals in this. It's just, you know, more of a feeling perhaps, but anyway, what do I feel like I'm doing commercial? But all right, so my next vape, I think, will be a CBD THC. And I may go back to the headset because, like, again, these, you know, I'm in a hypersensitive mode, I think, because that's one of the effects, you know, with the lot, which can be very good. You know, it can be demanding if it, you know, in an excess, of course, but so all right, so and maybe I was thinking of perhaps like not doing another one. But I want to. I'll put on my headset again because like it was really, again, while being more closed off to my immediate, you know, surroundings or people around here, you know, All right. So yeah, again, this is more comfortable. So like I'm creating a more secluded place for myself that allows me to be more open to you. So that, because again, like my conscience, like, are you sure this is the right thing? So I don't know. Anyway, so got under 3 minutes. And while this is converting, I should maybe get something to eat or drink or something. A soup sounds really good. I could go with that. Yeah, because it'd be hot, because I feel like having something hot in me, definitely. A soup, and I could have a salad also. Whoa, would that be I mean, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go with the soup. Oh yeah. So I mean, just put it in there, it's done, and it's done. So hey, because I'm not all that hungry. Whoa, but I am high. All right, now we're going to, got under 2 minutes, so let's close it out with, again, some CBD, THC balanced. All right, feels good. I don't know. It's kind of like, again, part of it was the effect of just not talking, of just like being. And I may do that. Excuse me. I may just like decide to, I had to burp. I mean, that's interesting. Burps are interesting things. I should, I go, I have never thought to to Google or to try to find out what burping is all about. Yes, it's like, gas is caught, et cetera, and all, but there's it's a very interesting thing. All right, so with less than a minute to go, I think I'm now like what, 6, 7 years old. I don't know. All right, fellas, this has been really swell. Like, yes, God seems to want me to do the next episode. So I'm gonna like do it after I upload this to Facebook. Indeed. All right. Well, all right, audience, God, you know, I'll see you in a few minutes, I guess, because like, all right, take care.